Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic!
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
Welcome to the Local Lowdown and find out what's happening in Lavaca County, Texas. Now here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for this edition of the Local Lowdown podcast. This will be for the November 13th and 14th editions of all the newspapers in Lavaca County. And we will also be including the Luling Newsboy and Signal from our friend Nicole over there in Luling. And I've got my co-host here, Michelle. How are you?
I am just about perfect.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. No. Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah. Well, they both start with an A, so.
And they're both pretty accurate.
Oh, yeah. We didn't get to talk prior to this, and maybe I shouldn't be bringing it up now, but you mentioned something about a hamburger joint that's about Trump.
Yeah, so I tried to get you to go on a date.
Yeah, well, I'm married, so
I've never been so quickly rejected, but I am also married, but you can still date.
Why would you want to go over there and have a hamburger on podcast day? What was the idea?
I thought we could just podcast from somewhere else. I heard the hamburgers are good. I kind of am pretty sure that I know that you are a Trump fan. I mean, just
how'd you figure that out?
Kind of believe that, so I just thought it was all very fitting.
No, that's very interesting. I went and looked at their Facebook page and started following them, and we will make a trip.
Heck yeah!
At some
My
point.
date is back on.
At some point. In fact, I would kind of like to interview those folks and put them on the podcast, you know. I'm all into promoting people with new businesses in Lavaca County and around. But that's very interesting. Do you remember the exact name of it? It was
Trump Burger.
Trump Burgers?
Pretty hard one to remember.
Yeah, well, they're not the only one doing that. I went online and there's people, I think that first started up in New York City or somewhere, didn't it?
The other one in Texas is in Belleville. I don't know about out of.
Well, are they a chain or they just picked up
that?
ideas?
I don't know either.
Okay, well, we'll find out.
We will find out. The only thing that really matters to me is if it's a good burger. But, all this other information may be. It
looked like they had Trump's name branded on their buns.
I can't wait.
Okay, well, let's jump on into these newspapers, and we'll start off with what I like to call the flagship paper of our newspapers, the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald. And we got some big news there at the top of the page. What you got?
We do, and first let me talk about this, Murray.
All right.
You ready for it? I've been getting a lot of flack, that's a good word, I can use that one, for saying my paper when I referred to the Hallettsville paper. Do you not think the Moulton paper is somewhat yours?
No, I do call it mine. I'm proud of being involved with it, and you and I, we don't need to pat ourselves on the back too much, but we have a lot to do with putting that paper together.
So I think that's where I'm at. I mean, I do know that without the rest of my team, this would not happen. But it's mine, people. Anyway, so I stuck with red, white, and blue because, one, I feel that it was a great week to be patriotic still. We did have an election.
Exactly.
And that is a big part of who we are as Americans and democracy. And it was Veterans Day. So, red, white, and blue.
You bet.
Chuck didn't like my pink, but he never said anything about my red, white, and blue. But yes, Joanne Shimmick, who has worked at the chamber as the executive director for 8 years, or about 8 years, has resigned to take on a new role at the local nursing homes. She will be working for both Stevens and Lavaca County Rehab, and
what's her job going to be?
She is going to be, I think it's on the back page.
Like a director, or?
She will be the admissions coordinator for both Houtsville Nursing and Rehab and Stevens Nursing and Rehab. And so, congrats to her.
Yeah, she's done a great job at the chamber, and we hope that she has a good experience in her new job.
Yeah, and I think she has a great personality for that, so they're lucky to have her. So Trump wins presidency. If you haven't heard, because I mean, we could be just late breaking, but we did break it last week too. So that happened, and so learn all about the election results in our area, including the local election on the Houtsville ISD bond, which was rejected. So you can see the stats on who voted. Most people voted early. I think I set the trend. I've never voted early before.
No, really?
I voted early.
I think that was first for me too.
So,
but we had to wait in line. I think I think we went on a Thursday, and there were at least 30 people ahead of us, and before we got to it.
So but great turnouts. Your voices were heard.
Yeah.
Sacred Heart also voted for something this week. They voted their king and queen. And so we want to say congratulations to Brianna Clark, who is the daughter of Shanna and Paul Clark, and Hudson Kutach, son of Melissa Kutach, and Keith and Lauren Kutach. And thanks to Ruth Barden for sending in those pictures.
Have they already had that?
Yes, they had the game on Saturday and all their festivities. So Thanksgiving's coming. Are you ready for what? You haven't been wearing your turkey shirt. What happened? You lost it?
It's not Thanksgiving yet.
It's getting close.
I've got it.
Well, it's about time you pull it out. Well, anyway, Thanksgiving's coming. We had some turkey and dressing plates. Thanks for supporting that last week. So that was the start of Thanksgiving.
What is your favorite cuisine at Thanksgiving time?
Okay, well, of course, I don't like the meat.
On the bone?
Because most of the time I find some bone in something. But I actually probably love all the sides, but I'm weird. I like cranberry sauce a lot.
Yeah, I like cranberry sauce, and I like pumpkin pie. A lot of people bitch about it. I saw somebody, pardon my French, I said bitch. I wasn't aiming that at anybody in particular.
Although he was looking straight at me.
But we're pretty foul-mouthed around this office sometime, and we're trying to start a
no cuss November.
What do you call that jar?
A cuss jar.
A cuss jar. Yeah. Put a quarter in there. Michelle's broke, and that jar's overflowing.
And Chuck only pays a penny because he said he couldn't do $100 a day, but he can do $1.
Well, back to the pumpkin pie. Somebody posted on Facebook the only good way to eat a pumpkin pie, and he had a slice of that pie, and it was completely engulfed in whipped cream. So I put a little on mine, but I like the pumpkin pie.
I'm not a fan. I like pumpkin cookies, and I like pumpkin spice cake and different things, but I'm not a huge fan of the pie.
Have you ever heard of mincemeat pie?
No, but that sounds horrible.
It's good.
Wow.
But I can't remember exactly what the ingredients are. But back years and years ago, we had it at Thanksgiving, and I've never heard of it
anymore. Why don't you make it for us?
Because I don't know how.
Well, I bet
maybe Jimmy will write a column.
Right. Henry Joe can Google it for you.
Oh yeah.
He does some recipe Googling.
Well, he does a little too much of that. I try to keep him local with the Moulton paper, and I forget what he said he's going to write about.
Y'all were fighting about it.
Yeah. Well, I keep telling him in Moulton, and we're way ahead of ourselves because we got some more papers to go through. But in Moulton, I'm trying to keep it all local. And I said, write about your experiences, on the farm. And, nobody cares about that. And I said, the hell with that. They do. They like that stuff.
Yeah.
But when you go get stuff off of the internet and just slap it in there, it kind of makes me feel like you might be a little lazy.
Never. Henry, he said he doesn't want to brag.
Yeah, well.
I heard y'all fighting about it. Anyway, the reason we started with Thanksgiving is that we are going to be printing a little bit different Thanksgiving week. So if you are looking to publish the Thanksgiving week, which is the 25th, 26th is how we publish that week, you're going to need to get your articles, ads, anything needed to be in that week's paper in by Thursday, November 21st at 3 p.m., which is next Thursday. So do that because we will be printing on Monday and delivering on Tuesday. Yeah. And then we're going to enjoy some pumpkin pie or whatever your favorite is.
Yeah, well, they need to get those articles in and those ads especially. Get them in there, you know. What else you got?
Henry has a new question, but this is a Chuck Groff question.
Oh, so, all right.
He's been bothering Henry to put it in for like months, so here you go. Jonathan Brooks is the third player from Hallettsville to make it to the NFL. Who are the other two?
Well, I know them. Should I tell everybody?
No, but I will tell you that we've had a couple of calls that have been all over the place. The person has had to graduate from Hallettsville and be a resident of Hallettsville and then go on.
Okay.
So if that gives you a hint. Now, did you get my joke? Did you see it? Don't see the answer. Why did Humpty Dumpty love autumn?
I don't know.
Because he had a great fall. Oh, God. He's choking. Call 911. Let's talk about some 911 on standby for all of our dancing.
Yeah, I posted on our group, the local Lowdown podcast group. If you're not a member, you need to get over there and join because you can see a bunch of old men dancing and I don't know what all. But I posted on there that we were lucky that no hips were broken, and I said that we had EMS on standby. But they all got through it pretty good.
Yeah, including you.
Who was the most popular? Yeah,
Jimmy.
I said Jimmy Apple.
Jimmy Apple.
Coach Apple. Number one on the Trump dance.
And number one in everyone's heart.
All right.
I've given Jimmy a hard time this week. I better leave him alone. I think he was mad at me almost every day. But he did just fix my filing cabinet, so thank you. So Murray has an op-ed piece. Explain that, Murray, so people understand. It is your opinion.
Yes. It's an op-ed is the opinion of the writer, so don't jump on the newspaper.
Or the person that puts it together.
Yeah. Send letters to the editor if you don't agree. But basically what I wrote about was that after all this division, which God knows this country is split right down the middle, that I just wrote about how we need to come together, and some people have just gone plumb crazy over this. But in another 4 years, you'll be able to go out and vote for the person of your choice. And perhaps maybe you need to start leaning towards the way the majority of the people in this country think. And if that election didn't prove it, nothing will. And my dad was a Democrat before Ronald Reagan come into office, and there were a lot of Democrats for Reagan. And I think, although maybe some don't want to admit it, I think there's probably a lot of Democrats for Trump because they want to see the country go back to the values that it had before all the political correctness and taking our kids, taking the authority of the parents away from their own children. But anyway, read the column. If you don't like it, send a letter to the editor.
Yeah, we'd like to know what you think. We may not agree with you either, but we still like to know. I mean, I think that's the thing. You have to understand that now everyone gets on me here because I support The View. Only support it because I think it's fun to watch. See, Murray's being mad at me because I even brought it up. But, like, I love how much I disagree with them, so I want to watch it and see how they are.
The only time I watch it is when they show clips of it on Fox News, and usually they're tearing it up.
Yeah, I mean, it has been pretty rough this week. I have been in very much not agreement with what they're saying because, number one, I am a big person that, like, once the election's over, you've had your chance to vote, but now the majority has spoken, so you need to support.
Well,
what's going on.
Their show may be in trouble because one of the networks, and I think it's one of the mainstream networks, I think it possibly might be CBS, are going to put Megyn Kelly and Candace Owens in a slot right opposite the View, and that will be the end of them.
Yeah, it will. So, ladies, maybe you should be a little more open. Because that's the thing. You don't have to be so closed-minded. Be open-minded.
Yeah, and I had written before about how when Trump was elected in 2016, how all these people were going to leave the country.
And no one left.
And I wrote, I think it was in a previous column, I wrote about three or four of them and what they have done since then. And they've bought mansions in Malibu, and nobody's going nowhere.
Yes, and I heard, which it could be a rumor, I haven't fact checked it, but that some of the supporters of the president or the candidate for president from the Democratic side, we'll put it like that. Whoopi doesn't say Trump's name. I won't say her name. What about that?
That'd be good.
Her name. But anyway, that she paid for a lot of people to show their support. And I just don't think, like, I have a lot of friends. I don't pay them to be my friends. I have a lot of people that probably don't like me. And I sure am not going to go pay them to say they like me.
She collected $1 billion and paid out billions for these concerts and paid Oprah $1 million
for an interview.
For an interview.
Now, if someone, I'll be honest with you. Here it is. I'm going to say it. Kamala, if you want to pay me $1 million to come on the local lowdown, I'll let you.
Yeah, we'll split it, and we won't do any more podcasts.
That's right. We'll be done. You can come on and we'll end it. Anyway, moving right along. Don't buy friends and don't buy votes and don't buy popularity. It's not a good way. In the end, it doesn't feel that great. No one really likes you. Anyway, there's my spiel of the day. In sports, so we'll go with the good news first, is that both the Hallettsville High School and Sacred Heart High School football teams are still both going on. Hallettsville plays tonight in Waller against Franklin. Now, Franklin is the favorite, 30 by a 38 point.
Yeah. Franklin has been pounding everybody they meet, but you can't write these Brahmins off, because they got a lot of gumption and a lot of guts, and they will fight to the end, and they will continue to get better.
Yeah.
And one thing about Coach Levi Montgomery.
Do you know him?
Yeah, we've met, but he's the type of person that he doesn't give up, and he is great with getting those kids up to play. And he will continue to bring those fellas in, and they'll get there, folks. I promise you, they will get there.
So good luck tonight on putting on a good show, doing the best they can, and also injury-free night.
Well, I'll mention this too while we're here. Jimmy Apple told me a while ago, and I had watched some games, that some of these schools put their games live on YouTube. And Jimmy thinks that Franklin may be doing that. So tonight about game time, folks might go to YouTube and do a search and see if they can.
Yeah, check it out. I haven't checked on NFHS who's streaming. Now, I've been very upset. We do pay for NFHS. But so what tends to happen is, like the other night, Shiner Volleyball played Junction, but they didn't play in Junction, even though Junction was listed as the home team. They played in San Antonio somewhere. But NFHS turns on the Junction camera for their gym. So then you don't get to watch the game because it's not really there.
That'll be there.
So that's not really cool.
No, that's not, especially if you're having to pay for it.
Right? I think I should be upset. But speaking of, we will say the Indians are on a bye this week. Right. So best of luck to them next week. And then speaking of volleyball, for Sacred Heart and Hallettsville is over. Congrats on great seasons and best of luck as they move into basketball. And we're moving right along.
We've kind of had some distractions.
I don't know how that happened, but well, whatever.
What's that on the back page? There's an ad there.
Ehlers. So Ehlers is having Black Friday. Do you go shopping on Black Friday?
No, my wife does.
But, really?
Ehlers is a great advertiser. We're happy to have them here, and my family has done business with Ehlers for over 20 years. So they're a good outfit, folks. You might stop by and check them out, and we appreciate their advertising.
We do. And letters to Santa. So, yes, Thanksgiving's happening first. But soon after, if you want your letters in the paper, look at the deadlines for those.
You wouldn't know Thanksgiving was happening first by watching TV.
Well, you know what?
It's just like they
eat your
totally
turkey and leave it alone, Murray. Good Lord.
Taking a ride.
I'm going to put my tree up this weekend. Are you going to hate on me? Probably, but you'll get over it.
Yeah, you're right. We haven't put a tree up in years.
You have an Oscar Grouch tree in your office that stayed up all year.
Yeah, I need to trash that somehow.
It's now Christmas. It's made it all year. It's not going anywhere. All right, Shiner, home of the great Michelle Price.
Well, yeah, here we go.
That's maybe what we should put on the header.
Yeah, tell Janet. Janet needs to put that right across top.
I'm sure she would agree. So they had their annual strudel break. They made over 900 strudels. Holy moly.
Wow.
That's a lot. Do you like strudel, Murray?
Yes, I do, and I thought you might bring some over.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to the strudel bake, but maybe I'll make you a strudel. No, I won't. That's a lot.
I'll have to ask Gilbert about that.
Yeah, he'll say no, you don't want that. The Junior Livestock Show is set to be next Sunday, and I don't think we talked about it in Hallettsville. There was a little blurb about it, but also in Shiner you'll see that the burn ban continues, which is super important, guys.
Right.
We didn't get enough rain at all, so do not go burning.
Especially like right now with this, we've got a north wind blowing this morning, and you wouldn't want no fires start, I'll tell you for sure.
No, they spread very quickly in this kind of weather. Irene M. Schaefer, we're going on to the obituaries, passed away at the age of 76 on, I'm not seeing, November 5th. And then we have Edwin E. Wynn. Edwin passed away on October 27th, 2024 at the age of 95.
Wow.
And 10 months, so he was almost 96. And he passed away, yes, I said on October the 27th.
Well, condolences to those folks.
And then we had in a lot of our papers that schools celebrated Veterans Day in different places, so check all of that out. And we thank our schools for honoring the veterans. So Shiner Sports. Shiner girls play tonight in Yoakum against Brazos? Yes. And the boys play in Cuero, and I have no clue who they play. It probably says somewhere. Shiner by No Limit over Woodsboro. So they play in Cuero, but they're playing Woodsboro. So best of luck to them. St. Paul plays today at 1 for a bid to the state final game. So good luck to those ladies in Waco. We know Mark Luby is there with them. And
Mark Luby's right on the spot.
He is. And St. Paul football also plays tonight. Does it say against who? I'm not sure. I don't see it.
Well, it's probably in there somewhere. Sometimes it's hard to find.
But they do. I know that they play tonight as well. Somewhere in the Temple area, because Mark said he was going to stay for that. So that's great. Chuck has the Harris pick. So does Mark. And then I saw on Texas, Dave Campbell's Texas picks for the state that Shiner had 2 picks.
All right.
I think there was like 6 people chose, and 2 of them chose Shiner. So we'll see, right?
Yeah, if you're really sports minded and you love Texas football and sports, Texas high school sports, go to Dave Campbell's Texas football, because it'll keep you up to date on the ratings and everything, scores and who they're going to play and what have you.
Yeah, and I hope those 2 people are right. Why not? Thanks to Patex for their advertising in the Shiner paper as well. All right.
We're going to go down to Yoakum, the Herald Times, and we're going to see what Allison and Nadine are up to. It looks like all sports on the front page.
Sports and some kiddos doing great stuff in FFA, so read all about that. We do have one obituary, Leon Honk, sorry, age 85, who passed away on November the 9th. Condolences to his family.
Got all kind of sports.
All kind of school stuff going on. Schools are busy now. Yoakum does carry. They cover Providence as well, Sweet Home, different schools, kind of like we cover Visherod and Ezel. So check out all of that.
Check out the classifieds and all the papers, folks.
Right.
And Ehlers, I guess Ehlers run that ad in all our papers.
They did.
Well, that is great. We appreciate that.
We do appreciate that. The Molten Eagle.
Yeah, we're going to go on over to the Molten Eagle now, and we've got on our front page, we've got
your front page.
We got the Molten Independent School District Veterans Day presentation. And we have a 6-column picture across the front of the band who was there and performed. And we have speakers, and this continues on the back page, page 6. And it has color pictures of all that. And go back one time, Michelle.
Well, I was going too fast.
Well, no, I just wanted to highlight this story that was written by Clayton Kelly.
Who is that? Oh.
Clayton Kelly, he's
better known as Uber Eats?
He's a Uber Eats and a DoorDash driver on the side. No, we're just kidding, folks. It's
yeah, don't call it.
The girls, yeah, well, we don't take orders. No, the ladies in the front office of the Hallettsville Tribune have known to use poor Clayton as a runner for food. So,
and drink.
Yeah, and so he doubles as a reporter and an order taker. So, but all serious, Clayton does a good job, and we appreciate it.
And so what did he write about?
He wrote about these students who are from the FFA, and they attended a national convention. But check it out. It's a jump onto another page. But
check it out.
He did a good job with that. Most of these things, I think, are continuous over. Now, what you got over there with Henry Joe Yashek in your town crier?
I'm getting so sleepy, Murray. He's talking about the month of November and what it's best known for. And he's talking about the Berlin Wall. I don't know. He's talking about everything.
Yeah, he's been on the internet again. I'm going to take that away from him.
No, you're not. I'll talk to him. He'll write some other stuff.
We got some local things about the school, 3rd grade social studies class. They did a little round of voting and had their own ballot box, and we're starting them off young in 3rd grade, teaching them how to vote.
Yeah, and now I read your tip, and did you hear me tell Clayton this, or what? And no. You just copied me?
That's old. I did that 2-3 years ago.
Because I just told Clayton that this week about his pictures, and then it shows up in your paper. Imagine that. Yeah. I should have copyrighted my words.
I told you that's old, and I wrote it. But anyway, you're right about that. And I hate to admit that.
He does.
But we get a lot, not only some of our own reporters.
They're reporters, not photographers.
Exactly.
We're teaching them.
But ordinary folks, I guess just about everybody's carrying a cell phone with a camera. And the worst thing you can do, folks, is like take a picture of a group of people and have bright sunlight behind them.
So or no windows.
Yeah, any kind of bright light source. What that does, that drives the meter on your camera phone or any camera. It drives it crazy because it's looking to control the exposure, and it sees all that bright light, so it shuts down and adjusts to make that bright light correct. And the people you're taking a picture of go completely, nearly dark. And then we have to do things here in the paper to try to correct that. But it would be so much better if it was done at the point of taking the picture.
Yeah, like me and Murray are like magicians, but don't don't test our skills all the time. Sometimes there's nothing to be done.
Well, that problem has been around for years. People they pick up the camera and they say, I'm going to take a picture of my child and snap it, and maybe the kid's in front of a bright light or window. It's just bad, and it's easy to fix. It's easy to fix. Just change their location.
Move them. Anything else, Farmer?
I think that's about it. Got a little bit of the kittens there. Love sports.
Basketball starting.
Yep.
You like basketball? What's your favorite sport?
Well, football.
Oh.
High school and college is my favorite, and the NFL is kind of third place in my repertoire.
I like basketball.
Repertoire, that's a big word like watermelon. You probably don't know it.
I don't know.
Where are we going now?
We're going to Luling.
The watermelon capital of the world.
Yes.
And our good friend, Nicole.
Who's coming next week. And I'm putting that out there because then she can't cancel because everyone expects her to come.
So she's coming next weekend.
Next Thursday. It's a date. Well, hey, can we go to Trump Burger after the podcast with Nicole? Dang it.
No, we just need to do the podcast and worry about the hamburgers later.
You're so boring.
You always put the food first.
Well,
I don't understand.
Have you eaten before? It's better than most things I do.
No, one thing I was so looking forward to coming, and I still am, but I had rigged up this 3-mic thing, and it doesn't work that way. So we'll probably be doing it the old way, but no matter, it'll still be good.
Well, maybe Nicole can just wear your mic since you're so loud.
That's correct. Or maybe I can just stay home.
No, Murray always tries to do that. I don't think you like Nicole.
Oh, no.
That's what it is.
I love Nicole.
You think she smells.
No, I love Nicole because Nicole is a Texas Longhorn.
Yeah, okay.
It don't get no better than that.
That's the only reason. All right. Well, in Nicole's paper, she is talking about how Kinyard Bing is accepting the chief post of the police chief. So read about that. And also she tells you that you can meet the candidates for the new city manager at Zedler Mill on November the 19th from 6 to 8. And we talked about voting a lot today, but the best way to vote smart is to get all the information.
Exactly.
And so you need to hear from those candidates.
Exactly.
Luling High School did a great thing. They pampered some senior citizens at the Golden Age place. The residents of that assisted living got pampered for the day, and that's awesome. I know that we were able to go trick-or-treating at the Shiner Nursing Home, and any of those nursing homes or senior living centers, they love to see people.
They really do.
So
they really do.
Remember, they don't get to just get up and leave and go talk to people. No. Now, sometimes I wish I wouldn't have to talk to people. Can you imagine how much I would be sad, though? Not talking is kind of hard for me.
Really?
Yeah, I know. You didn't know. I'm glad I got to tell you. Obituary, we have Jackson Henry Hank Sauls III, who passed away at the age of 73 on November the 5th, 2024.
Condolences to that family.
My daughter, she won first place in some kind of speaking event. What did I tell you it was?
I don't remember.
I told you, though.
Well, she's awesome. She can't help it. It's in the genes.
She's able
Next
to
thing she'll be wearing Buddy Holly glasses.
Maybe. I didn't wear them today.
I know that. I've missed that.
I'm really so sorry. I wore my yellow glasses because I'm going to the Shiner girls volleyball game. So I tried to go with gold and purple. Clayton told me I look good in purple. Was he hitting on me?
Clayton.
I know.
Clayton, my God.
But I'm thankful, Clayton. That was nice that someone said something nice to me at this office, because that don't always happen either. But anyway, Brittany, you're still tied. Brittany, I don't know.
Now tell everybody about that contest, because everybody might not know what
it's called the Gridiron Gurus, and they are picking the winners of different football games. And I have nothing against Patrick Rayborn. Not sure I'm saying his name right, but I have nothing against you, Patrick. But Brittany is my girl. I want her to win, and she is still tied. They are in a dead heat at 12-3 and 121-59. I circled their only difference this week is the North Texas game at UTSA. Brittany is picking the Roadrunners, and Patrick picks Mean Green. So go Roadrunners! Beep beep! Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Beep beep!
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Did you meet Brittany?
I did. I met her at the Shiner football game.
Oh, wow.
She was very honored to meet.
Oh, I can see. She probably asked for your autograph.
She did not. She was probably scared. Who was this crazy person?
You don't pass over them Luling Sports.
Oh, yeah.
That's so important.
You talk about it.
The Lady Eagles basketball picked up their first win. And we have the headline that basketball season underway for the Eagles.
Uh-oh.
So we've got basketball coming and going. What is this one here? I can't see.
So in 80 years, what's that place? God.
Medina?
No, the place right outside of Prairie Lee has made it to the playoffs. So an 80-year drought, 50 which were spent without a team. But Prairie Lee Indians are facing Medina for the by-district round of the playoffs.
Do you know who named the town of Prairie Lee?
Well, obviously not. I couldn't even remember what it was called 5 seconds ago.
Sam Houston.
No way.
Sam Houston named Prairie Lee. As Chuck would say, if you don't believe me, go Google it. Google it.
Well, Sam Houston has a university named after him. Did you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go Bearcats. All right, what else? Did I skip anything else? No, I did not.
They're going to have letters for Santa and Luling, too.
They are, and I'm going to add this next week, but Nicole had mentioned it to me. They have like a mailbox specifically in their downtown area, and we do get the letters out of that mailbox. So that's not listed as a drop-off place. I will list it next week, but you could drop off your letters there to be published. Now, do remember that there are certain ages that we publish. We accept all letters, but if your 2-month-old does not get their letter published, it is because we are trying to base it off of, I think it's pre-K through 3rd grade. So.
Do they have the same deadline?
They do.
Okay. All right.
All right.
It looks like we've got them done, and we've actually come 4 minutes under 40 minutes, which is a good thing.
But we probably could talk for 4 more minutes.
Well, well, yeah, you probably should because you never stop. But
when I sleep, I don't think I talk in my sleep.
I'll have to ask Gilbert, the saint.
But let me tell you about Gilbert's sleep. He sleeps so hard that he would not know what's happening with me. Although he was very frustrated the other night when the dogs and I were crawling in the bed at the same time. Because he thought it was like 20 people crawling in bed.
Well, poor old Gilbert. I tell you what, he's a saint. I'll say it again. Is he going to... Well, one good thing about this, Gilbert's going to have a Whataburger close by.
He is.
So when that's the only day that DoorDash and Uber Eats gets a break. Is when Gilbert has a day off and he has to run and get the food.
That's right. He's pretty good at it too. Maybe that could become his third job. He's reffing basketball games right now.
Oh.
So he's doing that as well as coaching basketball at Vishrod and then being my Uber Eats. So he's pretty busy.
One other thing before we close.
Oh, gosh.
No, we have a lady here that we're trying to teach how to listen to the local Lowdown podcast.
Yeah, Margaret Ann Posey.
See, Margaret Ann, you thought you were going to get by without being mentioned on this podcast. So now we'll find out whether you really listen to it or not.
Rosie Posey Margaret. Everyone thinks she's a Saint, Murray. Everyone.
She gets pretty tough with you sometimes.
She does. She's a Nazi. But she's an editor Nazi. Yeah. And that's what her job is.
Well, yeah. And we're lucky to have her because she don't miss much when she's...
And she makes really good banana pudding and cake. I want to put that out there because my birthday's coming up. And I don't want her to forget. So there you go, Margaret. You better be listening.
So that's your favorite, is it?
Yes. Italian cream is my favorite. And I hope that she's listening again. Because I highly would like that, and Albert makes very good food. So if he would like to make my birthday lunch, he's welcome
I'm
to do
gonna
that.
tell you what, Albert Posey's roast beef is something to die for.
I'll take it, Albert, as long as it doesn't have bones in it.
And my favorite cake,
Yeah.
you know,
Pineapple upside down.
pineapple upside down.
Do you know whose
cake.
birthday is Monday?
No.
I mean, it's Sunday, but we're going to celebrate on Monday.
Who?
Henry.
Oh my
The
God.
little fella's going to be 87.
Does the calendar go that high?
It does. I can't wait. It's going to be a great day.
I hate it when he has a birthday.
Why?
Guess who's coming along right behind him?
You?
January 5th.
Well, I have to come before you.
82.
Do you know that Murray was born? I don't think that's really going to say that correctly, but Murray is born on my anniversary.
Oh my God.
But I think my anniversary probably came second to your birth.
Yeah, probably. January 5th, 1943.
I'm not going to say the date because I always get it wrong. I think it was 2018. Yeah. January 5th, 2018. The day that Gilbert
The
was
day
blessed
that,
with
Gilbert,
a life.
the day that Gilbert probably thought, maybe I should have reconsidered this.
He never thinks that. Never.
All right, Michelle, we'll say your goodbyes. We just hit 40 minutes and we need to go.
All right. I don't know where we're going, but it's going to be somewhere great. And I hope that you get to go somewhere great this weekend. There's probably a lot starting to go on. I'm not really sure, but soon we're going to hit all the Christmas activities and they are advertised in our papers. So keep up with that. And whatever you do this weekend, have a great time doing it.
Yeah, and you know, folks, you need to listen to our podcast and share it. And we are intending to bring on more guests here.
Not just Chuck Croft.
Not just Chuck and of course, our friend in Leland will always be a part of it. But if you have something that you want to talk about, you know, we don't particularly do advertising and that kind of stuff, but community affairs and anything about the kids and things in school, we'd be more than happy to have one of your spokesmen or spokespersons.
Yeah, it could be a woman.
Yeah, come on and talk about it. Contact Michelle here at the paper.
That's right.
Give her that phone number.
I return all calls and emails at my phone number is 361-798-2481.
Yeah, give us a call and we will certainly take it under consideration. So your buys are through, right?
My buys are through.
Okay, friends, thanks a bunch for listening and we appreciate you very much. And we hope you'll join the Local Lowdown Podcast Facebook group and see all these little men dance the Trump dance.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. That's all for us. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.